This is an SWX special sports presentation of the State B High School Basketball Tournaments.
32 teams playing in 4 tournaments in 3 days on 2 courts, all for those coveted trophies. 4 state championships on the line today and tonight here at Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena for the State B basketball tournaments. And welcome inside the arena for game 1 of 4 this afternoon. The 2B boys title on the line today between Northwest Christian and Colfax. Sam Adams and Bill Ames courtside for this one. And Bill, these are 2 teams very familiar with each other and raring to go to get that coveted state trophy.
Well, no surprises here today, Sam. They do know each other very well. It's going to be an entertaining game and a lot of fun, a great crowd here as well.
As we said, a full slate of games today. Take a look at the schedule of state championship games. Starts off with these 2B boys at 3 p.m. 2B girls, Reardon looking for a repeat at 5 p.m. Valley Christian and Elmira Cooley Heartline in the 1B boys at 7. And then Colton going for a 4-peat in the 1B girls in the nightcap. We have all 4 of those games live right here on SWX. But first things first, that matchup between the 2B boys, Northwest Christian and Colfax. For more on today's participants, let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Mike Perry.
Well, hey there, Sam and Bill. You know, for those of you not very familiar where these 2 schools are located, we wanted to give you a quick look on a map. Northwest Christian is from the town of Colbert, which is about 15 miles north of Spokane. And then if you head down about 60 miles south on Highway 195, you'll run into Colfax. The 2 teams that are very relatively close to each other over here on the eastern side of the state, and they know each other very well. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much. Probably the short travelers as far as the State B's teams coming from all around the state for those coveted state trophies. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups and opening tip-off. It's a 2B boys title game between Colfax and Northwest Christian. We'll be back after this. This portion of the game brought to you by Red Lion Hotels, proud to be a State B sponsor. Welcome back inside Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena for this 2B title game between Colfax and Northwest Christian. Just about ready to go here in game 1 of 4 state championships this afternoon. We have been here for all 3 games and 4 tournaments and 4 championships on the line this afternoon. All right, for more, let's send it now to our public address announcer, Kirk Danikis, and the presentation of today's color guard.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena for the 2012 WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington Les Schwab Tires 2B Boys Basketball Championship game. The colors this afternoon are presented by the Medical Lake High School Washington 81st Air Force Junior ROTC Color Guard. Their members include Cadet Second Lieutenant Tyler James, Cadet Senior Airman Mariah Monroe, Cadet Airman First Class Frederick Belga, and Cadet Airman Timothy Allen. I'd like you please to welcome the 2012 Spokane Lilac Festival Dream and Reach for the Stars Royal Court. These ladies will be singing our national anthem. Welcome Queen Sydney, representing Central Valley High School. Princess Alexis, representing Ferris High School. Princess Haley, representing West Valley High School. Princess Katie, representing Meade High School. Princess Lene, representing Cheney High School. Princess Jasmine, representing Rogers High School. And Princess Hannah, representing University High School. Mirroring the mission of Spokane Lilac Festival Association, these young women maintain a busy schedule honoring our military, recognizing the youth, and showcasing our region, logging hundreds of hours of community service during their royal reign. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I would ask you to please remain standing until the colors have left the court, please. The championship game features two great teams. On the visiting scoreboard will be the Colfax Bulldogs with a record of 21-5. The home team on the scoreboard, Northwest Christian, with a record of 26-1. Now let me introduce the supporting players for the visiting Colfax Bulldogs. Number 20, Rick Schulz. Number 22, Brady Ellis. Number 30, Bryce Kramlich. Number 32, Casey Johnson. Number 40, Cole Clavino. Number 42, Corey Maltone. And 44, Skylar Simpson. The starters, number 10, Brandon Gfeller. Number 12, Kyle Johnson. 14, Tyler Stevenson. 24, Jay Hart. 34, Justin Baraducci. Head coach, Reese Jenkins. Assistant coaches, Jeremy Bogle, Randy Daniels, Corey Bearlucker, and the managers, Brady Cornelius, Mark Weber, Brent Becker. And now, the supporting players for Northwest Christian. Number 2, Jeremy Sander. Number 5, David Eisenrich. Number 12, Cody Kilpatrick. Number 13, Jack Shannon. 24, Matt Kirshner. 32, Tyler Stevens. 50, Josh Belts. The starters, number 11, Austin Friday. 21, Nick Kirkus. 23, Dakota Winward. 25, Quinn Hansen. 44, Reuben Clark. Head coach, Ray Ricks. Assistants, Aaron Spooler, Mark Williams, Jesse Vols, Robert Lipman. Managers, Taylor Potter, Jonathan Morris, and trainer Craig Stevenson. Gentlemen, shake hands and let's have a great ball game.
Boy, if we're getting goosebumps here calling the game and you're getting goosebumps at home, imagine if you're one of those players competing right now for a state championship. Electric atmosphere here inside Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena.
Well, I'm going to apologize in advance for what's about to happen to your left arm over the course of this game, my friend. This is an exciting environment and another example of why this is the best championship tournament in the state of Washington in any sport. They do such a great job. You just saw evidence of it right there.
Time now for our CenturyLink Road to State B. CenturyLink, connecting you to what matters most. This is how each team got here to the state championship game. Colfax surviving a first-round scare in the quarterfinals against LaConner, winning that one 46-38, then beating Tudor Lake last night in the semis. Here they are playing for their first state championship since the 1970s. Meanwhile, for Northwest Christian, the presumed favorite in this one, no problem against Lake Roosevelt in round one, and then pulling away against Adna in last night's late semifinal 57-39. So the matchup both teams have been waiting for. For the fourth time this year, Northwest Christian and Colfax will go head-to-head. Northwest Christian going 26-1 on the season. Their only loss coming to this Colfax team back on February 17th in districts, 58-52. The Crusaders looking for payback, and Colfax looking for a win to bring home that state championship. And our tip-off is sponsored by your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota moving forward, and we are underway here in Spokane.
It's going to be a frenetic pace early, Sam. Who can settle down the soonest and get into their rhythm? That's what both coaches have talked to their teams about in the locker room coming into this game.
Northwest Christian in the white jerseys to start this ball game. First possession, forest green and gold. Colfax in the royal blue and gold. This is exactly the kind of game we'd expect early on. No chippiness, but both teams very familiar with each other. A jump ball, alternating possessions here as Austin Friedley could not get the handle on the high post. It will be Colfax basketball.
Well, you see Brandon G. Feller, a guy who's used to having the basketball in his hands, hits the deck early to force the jump ball. Guy leading the point at 6'3", a real matchup problem for these Crusaders.
G. Feller, a junior guard, 6'3". This is Kyle Johnson. His shot partially deflected, and here come the Crusaders now.
You're going to see that a lot tonight, extending those long arms, affecting the shots. The Colfax Bulldogs, Kyle Johnson, I think a big key to this game tonight.
Friedley will bank that one in for the game's first points, and we are underway. Northwest Christian with the early 2-point lead.
Well, probably not exactly what he was planning on to throw that thing off glass from straight away. Counts as 2 points just the same.
Verducci backing up. He'll try to bank one in. No good. Rebounded by Reuben Clark. And here come the Crusaders with that frenetic defense in transition. They'll slow it down a little bit now. Friedley with it from the wing.
Huge size advantage underneath for Northwest Christian.
The towering tandem the Northwest Christian has. This is a big team. Got 6'5", 6'6". They got some big players. They got to travel here. Northwest Christian, it'll be Colfax basketball looking to tie or take the lead.
Well, what Colfax lacks in height, they make up for in toughness. You've already seen their star G. Feller go hit the ground. Now Verducci creates a turnover on Hansen. These kids from Colfax, as they've been for many years, very tough.
Verducci on the drive, lost the handle, and it will remain Bulldog basketball.
Well, Colfax really trying to attack the basket early here. You would think that they try to punish Northwest Christian from the outside because of the length of the Crusader defense.
On the inbound now, trying to get the handoff back to G. Feller. Last touch by Northwest Christian. It will remain Bulldog basketball. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Justin Verducci to inbound.
And it's going to be Kirkus who's going to get the assignment of staying with G. Feller. A couple of younger players, a junior and a sophomore.
Stevenson from the free throw line knocks that one down, and we are tied up at 2.
Well, Stevenson and Kyle Johnson, two key players in tonight's game.
Now an entry pass, we'll get it back out. No, inside is Quinn Hansen trying to use that size advantage, turn away. Jay Hard with it.
Great job, Verducci underneath. Affects that shot.
And here's Brandon G. Feller to bring it up, coming off a 17.8 rebound night in the semifinals. Kyle Johnson with a fake, little floater will go, and Johnson has his first basket, and Colfax has its first lead, 4-2.
Yeah, Johnson and Stevenson getting off early. That's just going to free things up for the scorers, G. Feller and Verducci.
This will be inside the arc. That one a little bit long. Rebounded by Quinn Hansen, using that 6'5" frame to pull down the offensive rebound. Friedley now will direct the offense. To Clark. Clark elbowing. No offensive foul there. These two teams very familiar with each other. Again, 4 times now these teams will have played this season.
What great post defense early on for Colfax.
Here's Baraducci from the top of the key. Watch out for Kyle Johnson, a 3-point marksman. Had a heck of a ball game last night in the semifinals. But the man to watch out for, Brandon G. Feller, number 10. 8 on the shot clock. He's well aware of that. Long three-pointer on the way. Short, draws iron. And a defensive rebound by Reuben Clark.
No movement on that possession for Colfax.
Dakota Windward will put one up, no good. And a defensive foul will be called on Baraducci.
A little too much activity underneath there. Looks like Baraducci's going to pick up that foul.
They will not give him continuation, so a non-shooting foul. And the Crusaders will inbound. This will be Nick Kierkegaard to inbound for the Crusaders. Back to Kierkegaard now, and that one, no good, but a foul down low. It was off the ball, an air ball. That was an offensive foul, being Colfax basketball.
Well, one of the things with Northwest Christian is, although they've got the size advantage, of course they're going to have to pick things up from a quickness perspective, Sam. And these quick guards and forwards of Colfax are going to try to run around that block out. You see Hansen there get caught on the hold due to the speed of Colfax.
We talk about that frenetic pace. Maybe this is, two middleweight teams just kind of feeling each other out right now. 2 prize fighters, and you don't want to, get too aggressive too early. You want to feel each other out. That's Justin Baraducci with the basket to open the lead up to 4.
Absolutely. You made a great point, Sam, and I think we're seeing that. I'm actually very impressed. Really a sign of 2 very well-coached teams to see these guys come out and stay within their offense. You're not seeing a lot of running and gunning right now, trying to do too much early on.
4-point lead for Colfax, its largest lead from the elbow. Shot on the way from Dakota Windward, no good. We'll take a timeout. 6-2 Colfax with the lead. 3:24 to go in this first quarter of the State 2B title game. State B coverage on SWX being brought to you by Northwest Seed and Pet, Spokane's complete seed and pet supply. Welcome back for the State B title game. Colfax and Northwest Christian. They've been playing all season long, from the regular season to districts to regionals to now the state tournament. Only one can take home that first place trophy. Northwest Christian on the inbound, trailing 6-2 here with 3:20 to play in this first quarter of action. This is Quinn Hansen, and he'll draw the foul. That will be 2 team fouls now on Colfax.
Yeah, they're going to get hard on the reach. What a nice spot that Northwest Christian is in, to have a guy, Quinn Hansen, 6'5", who can really handle the ball out front. Not a perimeter player by any stretch, but can certainly hold his own when the basketball's in his hands facing the basket.
Jack Shannon and Brady Ellis both in for Northwest Christian and Colfax respectively. Now on the inbound, loose ball here, fight for the ball, and getting that ball is Reuben Clark. He'll follow up his own miss for the bucket and one. Huge play for the Crusader senior.
Well, he's a tireless worker underneath, and Colfax is going to have a challenge all game long trying to stay with that big fella. You can see it here, has trouble getting a hold of the ball. Then just goes straight up for it. And what you like about it is he's so quick with his jump, Sam. As soon as he gets the ball, he goes right back up with it. Defense can't react.
That young man would love to get started, averaging 9.8 points per game in the regular season. 6'6" senior, but in the state tournament so far, just 3 points total in the 2 games against Lake Roosevelt and Adna. Almost equaled that total there with a free throw attempt that was short. So no 3-point play for Reuben Clark. 6-4 game now, as Colfax has a 2-point lead, 6-4. This is G. Feller. He'll take the shot. He'll make the shot. What a feathery touch from that young man. A long jump shot is perfect.
6'3" long arms can jump. No one, I don't care if you're Reuben Clark or Quinn Hansen, are going to be able to affect that shot.
And we'll get a foul against Colfax here. That will be on Skylar Simonson, number 44.
I think Reese Jenkins, the way he's looking at this, Sam, is he's got some fouls there on the bench to give. He's going to try to use as many of them as he can against Reuben Clark.
Open look, foul before the shot. Austin Freely had a wide open look. That going against Northwest Christian. It will be Colfax basketball.
They're going to take a look. I think it's going to be Reuben Clark on the push. And one of the things to watch for is Reuben Clark getting frustrated with all of the physical play underneath. He's going to have to settle down, make sure he doesn't get himself in foul trouble, and Ray Ricks smartly takes him out to get a chance to talk to him about just that.
His Crusaders looking for an 8th state championship, trying to repeat here in the 2Bs. Colfax basketball, 2:30 to play. There's Kyle Johnson with it. Lost the dribble. 3 points for the taking. Dakota Windward will go in and lay it up.
Just an unforced error there by Colfax. You got to take care of the ball. And one thing about Northwest Christian, if they can rip it from you, they're going to go the other way quickly, and they know how to finish.
Here's G. Feller from center court. He'll take the shot. He'll make it. What a feathery touch again. I don't think he's hit rim yet. It's been nothing but net.
Well, Northwest Christian has decided to come out into that zone defense, and that's like giving candy to Brandon Jaffeller the way he can shoot the ball.
No look ahead to Baraducci for the finish. He'll lay it in. No, he won't. And a foul on the play. It will go against Colfax.
You don't see him missing many of those opportunities. Great job of defense on the other end by Colfax, but then the Crusaders back quickly on their own right.
Another quick foul on Simonson, who will head to the bench. 2 substitutions coming in. Rick Scholes coming in, and Tyler Stevenson, 20 and 14 for the Bulldogs.
And that's significant because, you know, the kid's not going to get a lot of playing time, Simonson, but when he's in there, you want to make sure that those fouls count, and they probably don't plan on getting him into foul trouble due to violations like that.
Jack Shannon missed the 3-point attempt, and there for the putback is Tyler Stevens.
Great job, Tyler Stevens. That only averages 2 points a game, but a lot of activity underneath. And remember, not one player on this Crusader team less than 6'1".
Brady Ellis coming off the bench. That layup no good. Loose ball, fight for the ball, and the Crusaders gather it in as Quinn Hansen used that 6'5" frame to pull in that rebound. Hand off to Shannon from the high post. David Eisenreich into the ball game for Northwest Christian.
I like the matchup, G. Feller and Windward. Windward really the guard that's going to give Colfax the most trouble if there's somebody that can get off.
6 on the shot clock, loose ball, fight for the ball, and we'll get a backcourt violation. There were 3 on the shot clock, so either way, it wasn't looking good for Northwest Christian. Shot clock is off now with 28.5 to play, and Bulldogs with the basketball on the inbound.
I'll tell you, the defense that both of these teams are playing early on, the championship level, that's to be sure.
And here's G. Feller now, Brandon G. Feller. He'll hold the rock as long as he possibly can as he looks for guidance from head coach Reese Jenkins.
Just like a quarterback on the court.
He's got the size for it, too.
And he may not release this ball unless it's going towards the rim.
I don't think it's going towards the rim, Bill. I think it's going towards the net. G. Feller lost the rock. Here's Stevenson. Now to Johnson. 2 on the clock. You'll have to put one up. Almost on the alley-oop. At the end of one, Colfax with a 3-point lead, searching for its first state championship since the 1970s. Come on back for the second quarter. It's Bulldogs leading this one 11-8. High school basketball on SWX brought to you by Inland Power and Light Company. Proud to be a State B sponsor. It is rocking here inside Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. Quinn Hansen, a very quiet afternoon so far for Northwest Christian. He'd scored 49 points in the first two tournament games, held to 0 points in that first quarter of action.
Well, Baraducci doing a really nice job as Shannon launches from deep. With Baraducci doing a great job on Quinn Hansen that first quarter. We talked at the break that it's going to be Baraducci's job to really keep Hansen in check.
Bulldogs of Colfax with a 3-point lead, 11-8.
The problem for Colfax is what do you do then with Big Ruben Clark? And right now it's been kind of defender by trial.
Coach Reese Jenkin, or excuse me, Ray Ricks. No, it was Jenkin wanted the timeout. So Jenkin asked for it about 5 times. We heard it.
Well, it's pretty loud here. I mean, the official.
Between the cheerleaders, the student section behind us, and then Coach Jenkin yelling, we can hardly hear anything.
We could clearly see him. He was right in front of us trying to get the timeout. But yeah, these officials, they're going to have their ears sharp for calls like that.
State B coverage on SWX brought to you by Parker Toyota. No problem at Parker Toyota means an even better car buying experience. Parker Toyota, winner of the President's Award for 25 consecutive years of superb customer service. After the timeout, Bulldogs back on the floor. Have to be mindful of that shot clock. It stands at 11 seconds. And you can always tell the well-coached teams and the teams with good guard play are the ones that don't have the shot clock violations. And Colfax, I guarantee you, knows exactly how much time is on that shot clock right now.
Well, great coaching and some great leadership as well.
Kyle Johnson on the way. He'll get that one to go. A big three-pointer. Hit a couple big threes last night against Tudor Lake. There's another one. He has 5.
Well, Kyle Johnson had 14 points in the game that Colfax won between these two schools. They're going to need another big outing from him again here tonight.
See who the foul is on. Oh, it'll be Ruben Clark called for a travel.
And again, just the swarming defense. Once he gets the ball, he's got plenty of blue shirts around him.
Nick Kierkes, Dakota Windward, and Quinn Hansen all subbing in now for the Crusaders, who trail by 6. Colfax leading 14-8.
Clark's got to start getting rid of that ball sooner before that triple team comes. and reestablish position.
Easy look down low and in Jay Hart. Nice feed by Tyler Stevenson on the assist.
And Colfax just killing the zone of Northwest Christian right now from both the inside, as you just saw, and the outside. Johnson and G-Feller stroking it. All Colfax right now.
Northwest Christian coming into this ball game, as we take a look at the replay, 26-1. They've played Colfax twice this year. They beat them twice, but their last time against the Bulldogs, they lost in the district championship game.
Yeah, and one of those wins, those big wins for Northwest Christian, comes with Baraducci not playing, or at least not in the box score. Certainly a huge factor in that game. Let's see if Ray Ricks decides to change anything up on defense, because again, as we said, the zone not working for the Crusaders.
Inland Power and Light would like to take a moment to salute all of our student athletes participating in today's ball game. Inland Power and Light Company, proud to be a State B sponsor. Crusader basketball trailing by 8, their largest deficit of the ball game, last year's 2B state champions. Turning around, getting that one to go is Reuben Clark.
The one thing you want to do if you're Colfax, try to push him off of the block so that he doesn't catch it so close to the basket. Much too easy there for Clark.
G-Feller will break down the defense. An easy lay-in won't go. A rebound by Jay Hart. Baraducci swatted away. There'll be a foul. Believe that will be called on Friedley.
Boy, how about that? G-Feller and Clark at the rim. Love the leaping ability of G-Feller going up, trying to finish this play. And see it again. Great finish. Clark, though, there ready to defend, but what that does is it creates space on the offensive rebound, and Baraducci able to pick up the foul and get 2 shots on the free throw stripe.
You know, that's not a bad strategy. When you see a big, tall team, going back to a boxing analogy, you get right close to it. Take the reach out of the equation. You go right at them and try to get those close shots and remind them, hey, we may be smaller than you right now, Northwest Christian, but we're still going to come at you.
Well, and that's the problem for Northwest Christian right now. If you go man-to-man, who's going to be able to slow down G-Feller? As a turnover by the Crusaders. Kicking the ball out of bounds is Eisenrich.
So it'll be Colfax basketball now. 6:02 to play in this first half of action, leading by 8.
And it's Eisenrich who's drawn the responsibility of trying to slow G-Feller down.
G-Feller with a little flip to Kyle Johnson. Johnson, a flip in kind to Jay Hart. Misfires at point-blank range. Great kick out from G-Feller. Here's Baraducci. Baraducci swatted away by Clark. And what a great play by Clark as he was pushed out of bounds. Reuben Clark has really got it together after struggling his first 2 games in the state tournament.
Sam, that's about 4 or 5 times that I can count where Colfax has had plays right at the rim. And Northwest Christian, specifically Reuben Clark, has either affected the shot or blocked it all together. Great job defensively by the big 6'6" senior.
Jack Shannon, the skip pass. Friedley thought about a 3 momentarily. They tried to get the entry pass as Clark was fouled.
And Simonson's going to pick up his 3rd. Again, just trying to keep Clark from getting the ball. Actually had good defensive position there. You don't mind letting Clark catch the ball that far out. He doesn't have much of an offensive game unless he's around the rim. Simonson does not need to reach there.
Reuben Clark at the free throw line. It's a non-shooting foul in the bonus. And missed on the first attempt on that front end. Here's G-Feller to bring it up. Trying to extend the lead now into double figures. He'll take that shot, will Skylar Simonson, but he'll miss.
No, I'm not sure that's the shot that they want from that young man.
Here's Matt Kirshner. Kirshner easily picked off here by Kyle Johnson. Johnson fouled from behind by Jack Shannon. It was a tough foul, but both players kind of acknowledge each other and say no harm, no foul wouldn't be the apt description, but hey, no damage done. We're both okay.
Well, a lot of respect on both sides here. A good foul by Jack Shannon. That was going to turn into an easy lay-in had he not done so.
Not a smart play.
Smart play.
We'll wheel it back around now. Another shot on the way, and G-Feller a rare miss this time after 5 first quarter points. G-Feller scoreless here in the second.
Even when he misses, it looks good.
Down low, good look. Quinn Hansen, his first basket of the ball game, just in the nick of time to make it a 6-point game.
I haven't seen a high school player do such a good job with his feet offensively as Quinn Hansen. He is really doing a nice job. As you see there, a foul on Friedley trying to fight through the screen, but Quinn Hansen down low just establishes that pivot foot and then works so well with the ball. Real fluid, quick feet, and a great finish on the other end.
Simonson knocked to the floor, setting up the screen for G-Feller. And as you said, it was Austin Friedley who was trying to fight through that screen, called for the defensive foul. Brady Ellis inbounding now. 4:20 to play, 18-12 Colfax. G-Feller from the top of the key will go. And G-Feller with his second three-pointer. The kid just can't miss. Looking for an answer now, the Crusaders. Here's Quinn Hansen. Looking shot all the way, called for a travel. Too bad because he had Nick Kierkegaard wide open from the wing for three.
And they have gotten to these bigs of Northwest Christian. That's the third traveling call on the big man. Here's the three from G-Feller. Just a great stroke there. So high up in the air, and the follow through. Exactly how you'd coach it if you were trying to teach a shooter how to put the ball in the basket.
G-Feller off a couple screens here. And here's Johnson, that three-point marksman, trying to take it, contested, and no good. Quinn Hansen bringing it up now. Kind of your point forward right there. Almost had a bad pass go into the backcourt. Dakota Windward able to gather it. 3.5 to play here in the first half of action. Shannon, the quick pass down low. Hansen will finish. And after a slow start, the 6'5 senior Quinn Hansen has himself 4 points in the second quarter.
Yeah, and that's really what you need to do. You need to get both Hansen and Clark down on that low block. You can't double both of them.
Open look for Jay Hart here. He'll get it to Kyle Johnson.
Verducci getting set to check back in the game of the next dead ball with those two fouls.
3 minutes to play, 12 on the shot clock. G-Feller lowers the shoulder. That's his tell, Bill Ames. If he has one, when he lowers that shoulder, immediately you know he's taking it to the rack.
But he's so elusive, he's hard to take a charge on because he's so shifty in the air. He doesn't go right at you. He moves side to side so well, so a big chance of getting a block.
We'll get a foul in the high post. Timeout on the floor, 23-14, 2:39 to play. Colfax with a 9-point lead. Aero Machinery, proud to sponsor the State B Tournament broadcast. Aero Machinery says good luck to all the participants and their own Colfax Bulldogs. Aero Machinery for all of your farming needs. Well, there are the Colfax faithful on hand to wish their team luck and provide their support just down the road. Relatively speaking, we should say, is these State B tournaments. We've had teams coming from all across the state, from the west side and south and north, and a little bit east as well. 23-14, free throws coming. This is a 1-and-1 situation, and Quinn Hansen makes the first. He now has 5 points. Leading scorer for the Crusaders. Averaging 18.9 points per game of the regular season. Gets both free throws to go. He has 6. A 32-point effort in that quarterfinal win against Lake Roosevelt. He has had 14 rebounds in back-to-back wins against Lake Roosevelt and Adna. Here's G-Feller from the baseline. Short, rebounded by Shannon.
A nice job by Clark to get out and contest that shot.
In transition, they pull it back up. The big fella now will lay it up and in. Reuben Clark with 6. And using that size, the 6'6 Clark and the 6'5 Hansen combining for 12 of Northwest Christian's 18 points so far.
Yeah, Colfax got confused on that defensive assignment. Left both bigs open.
Ten on the shot clock. 5. Here's Berarducci. He'll put one up, no good, with 2 on the shot clock. Good defensive stand by Northwest Christian as they try to close that 5-point deficit. And now that's where the noise will come into play. We get a conference over with Ray Ricks, head coach, and there was some confusion. I think the referee thought he heard a timeout, misheard that, but in their defense, Bill, it is hard to hear anything right now.
Well, I mean, it's understandable. He's shrugging his shoulders. At times I don't hear it, other times I do. So nice job though of not charging the timeout to Northwest Christian.
Here's Quinn Hansen. He'll take a hop and he'll get called for a travel.
Took the extra step, shuffled the feet before he came down. And that's going to be a travel. G-Feller doing a nice job on defense. That's a nice matchup for Colfax if they decide to go that way. Have G-Feller match up against Hansen.
Slowly bringing it up. Brandon G-Feller. Loose ball. Getting it is Brady Ellis. Still 18 on the shot clock here. G-Feller, the give. The finish will not go by Jay Hart. 1 minute to play, 23-18 Colfax with the lead. And driving and passing. The shot won't go. Reuben Clark was fouled. And we've seen it on both ends now, Bill. I'm a little bit confused on these driving lanes, these last second passes, where it looks like you're getting actually decent looks at the rim.
Yeah, I think you overthink it sometimes. You're either worried about getting the shot blocked, but there Windward had a clear path to basket. Nobody's coming up to contest it. I think he just decided well ahead of time that he was going to dish that off to Reuben Clark.
I can definitely understand when Colfax is driving to the rim and you got a 6'5" and 6'6" kid bearing in on you. You might back off a little bit. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good from Windward.
Boy, Northwest Christian closing out this half nicely. Remember, down 9 just a few minutes ago. Now within a minute, able to get possibly within 3.
And the second free throw will go. Dakota Windward, a quiet 4 points so far. He had 17 points last night in that semifinal win against Adna.
We saw Colfax in a similar situation last night, Sam. Try to get a 2-for-1 here. Try to get a bucket before the shot clock.
Shot no good from Kyle Johnson. Foul inside the paint. Is that going to go on Hansen? It will be on Quinn Hansen.
And that's going to be his second foul. So they get Hansen out of the game with 41 seconds remaining.
And an inbound pass here. There's about a 6-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
Those players for Colfax, they know exactly who to get the ball to.
Here's Kyle Johnson. 25 to play, 18 on the shot clock. G-Feller lowering the shoulder. From the elbow, shot on the way and in from Rick Scholes.
And that's all G-Feller. That double team creates the opening. And they're finishing plays for him here in the first half for Colfax.
Here's Stevens. Stevens with 3 on the clock, gets the shot to fall, and that'll do it for the half. 25-22, Colfax clinging now to a 3-point lead going into the locker room. What a run by Northwest Christian to dig out of that double-digit deficit, trailing now by 3, 25-22. G-Feller leading the way for the Bulldogs with 10 points. Quinn Hansen with 6 to lead the Crusaders. Clark with 6 as well. The two big fellas combining for 12, and then the G feller having with 10-point game. And let's send it down now to Mike Perry. He is standing by with Colfax head coach Reese Jenkins.
Thanks, Sam. Hey, Coach, you got a 3-point lead heading into halftime. What have you been happy about seeing with your team so far this first half?
You know, our kids are playing hard. We're doing a good job defensively and doing a good job on the glass right now, kind of limit them on offensive rebounds. So if we can continue to do that and stay out of foul trouble here, I think we'll be okay.
What do you tell them in the locker room to keep the momentum going?
Well, I said, I think really for us it's all about the defensive end of the floor, and really I said if we can keep them off the offensive glass, I think we have a great opportunity to win this game.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Sam and Bill, you guys were talking about physical play earlier for this first part of the half. That was the one thing the coach was stressing in those during halftime was or during the commercial breaks. During commercial breaks was that they really needed to have that physical play, make the team uncomfortable, and they've been doing that so far and with those big guys. So and plan on seeing that in the second half. Back to you guys.
Yeah, physical game to say the least, and the two teams very familiar with each other. It's a heavyweight fight here, and it's a 3-point game. Colfax leads at 25-22. Come on back for the halftime show after this. Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Western Peterbilt. Whether you're buying new or used big rigs, parts or services, we are confident Western Peterbilt will exceed your needs. 4 locations to serve you: Liberty Lake, Pasco, Moses Lake, and Yakima. To show our appreciation, enter to win 4 Shock tickets and an autographed Shock football on opening night in the AFL, March 12th. Just go to khq.com/Peterbilt to enter and win. We are at the half here, courtside, 25-22. Colfax leading Northwest Christian in this 2B Boys Championship game. And Bill Ames, this game exactly what we thought it would be. Two teams going toe-to-toe. 4th time they played each other. Colfax getting their Northwest Christian's number the last time out in the district championship game, and this one has the feel that, hey, this could go down to the wire.
Well, the thing that jumps out at me, Sam, in this first half is more contributions from the bench of Colfax than we're seeing from Northwest Christian. It's really been the Hansen and Clark show, and you just wonder in the second half, does somebody for Northwest Christian have to step up for them to be able to pull this thing out? Are they going to keep going to the two big guys? G. Feller obviously having a big half, but he's spread it around. Guys are hitting shots for him. Should be an exciting second half of championship basketball.
Yeah, and you have to wonder if it's going to be like a guard like Dakota Windward. 11 points per game average on the year, 6'1" junior guard. Big night last night against Adna, 17 points. Meanwhile, for Colfax, I mean, we talk about Brandon G. Feller, but there are other people who have stepped up inside this tournament and throughout the season. Kyle Johnson, Justin Baraducci, both averaging double figures in scoring throughout the season. So stay tuned for that. But so far, it's been G. Feller versus the two big fellers, being Hanson and Clark. All right, we're going to take a break. Come on back. More halftime coverage live from the State B title game. Stay with us here on SWX. And we're back. The fight continues for those 4 state trophies that are on the line today. The first of 4 state title games today and tonight. It's a 2B title game, the boys. Colfax leading Northwest Christian 25-22. Let's send it now courtside. Here's our sideline reporter, Mike Perry, with head coach Ray Ricks.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. Hey, Coach, you're down 3 at the half. What'd you tell your kids in the locker room at halftime to turn this thing around?
Well, I think we're doing a decent job on defense. We've given up a couple of shots that we probably shouldn't have. But offensively, we've had a hard time getting some things going. And so we just said, hey, continue the game plan. We've got to get the ball, continue to get it down, maybe attack the corners a little bit harder, get it inside, and take care of it, move the ball around. When we've moved the ball around 4 or 5 times, good things have happened. So,
all right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Hey, guys, so this is the first of the 4 championships game today. This is the 2B Boys Championship. Games have been going on all day here. Consolation games have been starting since 8 a.m. And we want to kind of give you a breakdown of some of the outcomes of the other games in this 2B bracket. In the third place game, it was the game before this one, Toodle Lake. They beat Adna, so they got 3rd place. Adna got 5th place. And in the game before that, Wahkiakum, they beat Dayton. So Wahkiakum got 4th place and Dayton got 6th. But right now, this game is going to determine 1st and 2nd place, and it should be a good one heading into the second half. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mike. And a little bit interesting, Bill, we saw Northwest Christian come out pretty early. There was still a good 5 minutes left on the clock before the start of the third quarter, and Northwest Christian, maybe after some shooting struggles in the first half, want to get out and work out those kinks?
Well, we talked about somebody having to step up other than Hanson and Clark, Sam, and perhaps that's what Ray Ricks is thinking as well, is he's got to get his guys comfortable shooting the ball here in the second half. They didn't have a lot of success from from outside the arc. So get out here, get a feel for the basketball, and see if they don't start falling. They're going to need that for them to be able to pull this off.
This portion of the game is brought to you in part by the Community Colleges of Spokane. The leadership of tomorrow is paving the road to success through academics and athletics. It's all happening at Community Colleges of Spokane. We'll take a break. When we come back, the third quarter of action. Colfax leading Northwest Christian in this 2B final, 25-22. State B coverage on SWX, brought to you by CenturyLink, connecting you to what matters most. 3-point lead for Colfax as we get ready for the start of this second half. It will be Bulldog basketball. We're in the royal blue and gold. And this second half is brought to you by your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota is moving forward. And Northwest Christian shooting 50% from the field in that first half, as that three-pointer, no good. But of note, Bill Ames, 0 for 3 from three-point land. And Colfax shooting 3 of 5 from three-point range. So outscoring Northwest Christian 9-0 from beyond the arc. And that has been the difference.
Well, it's been the difference. You see Windward try to fire one up here. He can't find the range. But Northwest Christian, 50% from the field. Of course, everything coming from around 2 feet with Hansen and Clark. You would expect them to be able to make those shots, but it is going to be that perimeter game that's going to be so important for the Crusaders here in the second half.
Kyle Johnson for 3, no good. Offensive rebound by Brandon G. Feller. G. Feller with 10 in that first half. Kyle Johnson with 5.
They're keeping Baraducci out on the perimeter. You see Quinn Hansen having to defend there, keeping him away from the rim for the possible defensive rebound.
Didn't go. Rebounded by Reuben Clark, and here come the Crusaders in transition. Open look for 3, no good. Well short by Nick Kierkes. And a foul in the paint, and it will go against Northwest Christian.
Yeah, it's going to be Reuben Clark again, picking up, I believe now, Sam, his 3rd foul. Check that, it's his 2nd. So still no foul problems for Reuben Clark, although he's going to come out of the game. Again, the quickness of Colfax around the basket, creating problems for the bigs of Northwest Christian.
Here comes G. Feller now to bring it up.
Nice job, don't hook.
Trying to get G. Feller posted underneath. Kirk is doing a nice job.
Back outside now on the drive. Stevenson, as he loses the handle, out of bounds, Crusader ball.
Yeah, interesting. They try to get G. Feller posted underneath, and things kind of fall apart out front without him being able to come back to get the ball.
Leading scorers in the first half for the Crusaders. Hanson with 6, Clark with 6. One more production, though, from the outside game. They've established themselves inside. That shot no good from Dakota Windward, who's trying to get going. And an offensive rebound, and Tyler Stevens, they'll give him the shot on that one, so he'll go to the line shooting 2.
Yeah, great work by Stevens. Just keeps going after the ball, and Colfax just not quick enough to beat him to the punch.
Well, Colfax outscoring Northwest Christian 11-8 in the first quarter. They pulled even 14-14 in the second, did Northwest Christian. And it was 25-22 at the half. First free throw made by Stevens, who has 5.
I'll tell you one of the numbers, Sam, we look at numbers from that first half. 8 turnovers for Northwest Christian. Not a bad number. Only 1 for Colfax in that first half. That tells a big part of the story as well.
Yeah, Northwest Christian also out rebounding Colfax 2-1, 18-9, a 2-to-1 ratio there. Short jumper is good from Justin Baraducci.
Yeah, lulls Quinn Hanson to sleep. Hanson thinking, no way you're going to shoot over me, little man. He certainly did. He buried it.
That's the interesting part, is now Colfax has taken its game inside, a traveling violation, and it will be Bulldog basketball.
That is the 4th traveling call on Quinn Hanson. They're creating a lot of problems for him underneath, Sam.
And you wonder how much of an effect that's going to have on him, because when players get called for travel violations, more often than not, it's not like they're doing anything different. There's a big steal here by Dakota Windward. He dribbled it out of bounds.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds trying to come back in again, possession, but he cannot be the first one to touch it after stepping out of bounds. Ball goes back to Colfax, but the matchup, G-Feller going against Hanson, that's what I like. Coach Jenkins making a great decision there to let that 6'3" guard play Hanson down underneath. He's certainly capable of doing it.
11 state championships between these two schools. 7 for Northwest Christian in the 2Bs, and 4 for Colfax, both in 1A and 2B. And we'll get a foul, and the high post dribbling the ball was Kyle Johnson, and that foul will go against Austin Friedley, who picks up another one. Have to imagine he'll head towards the bench, and he will as he subs out, and in comes Jack Shannon for the Crusaders.
It just seems, Sam, I don't know what you think, but these guards of Colfax can take it to the hole anytime they want against the guards of Northwest Christians on the dribble, whether it's G-Feller or Johnson. You see it there, them having to foul, but they've really had their way out front.
And you have to wonder, they're so good from the outside, that buys you a little extra time as you want to drive and penetrate. The handoff to Johnson. Johnson a little slow getting off that pick. Top of the key. Baraducci will launch it. He'll make it. He kind of stalled for a moment there, thought about taking it, and then figured, what the heck, I got the defender up in midair. I'm going to take the shot, and he made it.
Quinn Hanson didn't even believe he was going to shoot it.
Timeout taken by Ray Ricks. 30-24, Colfax with a 6-point advantage.
Well, if Baraducci can do that, that's going to create a real problem for Northwest Christian.
We take another look at that 3-point attempt. And he was almost asking, he was almost begging Hanson, come on out and defend me, and if not, all right, young man, I'm going to take it. We'd like to take a moment to thank Aero Machinery for helping sponsor this year's State B Tournament broadcast. Good luck to all the participants. And Aero Machinery says good luck to their own Colfax Bulldogs. Aero Machinery for all of your farming needs.
Sam, real quickly, I know a lot of people watching this game are interested in knowing what's going on the other side of the state in the State 4A boys. Final game right now, Davis of Yakima up 35-27, 5 minutes left against the Central Valley Bears. So CV down 8 with just under 6 minutes to go.
And we'll be updating all of those state tournament games on your ticker you see on our TV screen as well. And laying that one up and in, Tyler Stevens, a bucket away from double figures. He's got 8 points, averaging 2.3 points per game in the regular season. And we talked about it. Sometimes on the championship stage, it's always that kind of dark horse kid that comes out of nowhere and really steps up. And right now it's looking like that might be Stevens.
Well, he's had a great second half, to be sure, on both ends, and really the guy that's kept Northwest Christian in the game.
Johnson, the long three, no good. In transition on the break, That shot won't go either. David Eisenreich had a good look at it. Those are points you have to come away with.
Smart play by Johnson just to pull it back, get it to a guard, and now you see Baraducci playing the point. One reason for it, get big number 25 Quinn Hansen outside of his comfort zone.
And also free up Brandon G. Feller, number 10. And there he is down low. Able to maintain his dribble from his knees. Baraducci, 7 seconds on the shot clock, no good. Putback attempt, no good. And a foul in the paint. Physical ball game between these two teams. Colfax leads it by 4, 3:09 to go here in the third. State B coverage on SWX being brought to you by Northwest Seed and Pet. Spokane's complete seed and pet supply. 3:09 to go here in the third. Colfax has led it pretty much from the start. That lead, though, down to 4, 30-26.
No significant foul trouble for either team at this point in the game, which means we're going to get a very exciting fourth quarter.
Bulldogs have led by as many as 9. Entry pass. They try to get the big fella, Reuben Clark, involved.
Keep an eye on G-Feller. Looks like he went down in that last defensive possession. May have tweaked something. He's trying to shake it off.
Camera. He's trying to shake off that right ankle, it looks like. And look at him kind of stretching those feet a little bit as he makes his way up the court.
And if there's a guy who needs a pretty strong right ankle the way that he cuts, it's that young man.
It's only fitting. I mean, how many ankles has he broken on defenders? Good look from Kyle Johnson. Three-pointer is in! Kyle Johnson, with his first three-pointer here the second half. His father, Brian, played on that 79 state title team. The last time a state champion has been crowned for Colfax.
Great dish by Ellis to find the open shooter.
Skip pass the other way, they get it back down to the big fella. Might have been a bit too aggressive there. Reuben Clark in foul trouble, number 44.
And Reuben Clark doesn't need to do that. He's got the size advantage. He just needs to go up strong. Clearly lowers the shoulder to create space. You're going to see it here. Extends that elbow. That's an easy call. Baraducci right there on the spot.
Third personal foul for Clark. Johnson with it. He'll command respect from Jack Shannon defensively. Kick back out to Baraducci, who had a three-pointer earlier this quarter. 10 on the shot clock, 1:45 to play here in the third. Here's G-Feller to Johnson. Johnson, another three is short.
Got the shot they wanted.
Nick Kierkegaard brings it up now for Northwest Christian. 1:30 to play in this third quarter. Little spin, pass to Clark. Clark, the easy layup. And when that guy has position, there is no stopping that 6'6" senior.
I'm not so sure that a hack-a-shack philosophy with Clark may not be a bad strategy here when he catches the ball down low. There isn't any chance of them being able to stop him from being able to finish that play. As you see Baraducci talk about finishing, can do it quite well, but let's see if Coach Jenkins decides to do that as we get later on to this game against Big Reuben Clark, who's proven not to be a great foul shooter.
Taking it right to their teeth and laid it in. Three-point attempt on the way and in for Jack Shannon. His first points of the ball game 3 big ones to make it a 4-point ball game.
Well, setting up for a great finish here, partner. The senior Shannon. Haven't heard much from him tonight, but boy, he sticks a big one and didn't even think about it. A lot of confidence out of that young man.
Remember, these two teams have played 3 times now over the course of 3 days. Fatigue has got to be a factor, especially for teams playing in the late game like Northwest Christian. They finished up about 10:30 last night. Baraducci with it from the top of the key, from the elbow now, and he'll splash that one in. He has 13. 8 seconds to play. From the elbow on the other end, no good. Johnson the rebound and fouled. I believe that foul is going to be called on Tyler Stevens.
Not in the penalty yet, so they'll just take the ball underneath with 2.9 on the clock.
It will be on Stevens. Stevens is first. He has 8 points. He's the high scorer for Northwest Christian alongside Reuben Clark. 2.9 to play. Half-court shot. Brady Ellis almost had it. 6-point lead for Colfax going into the 4th and final quarter. The state 2B title on the line. Who's going to take it home? Northwest Christian or Colfax? Stay tuned. State B coverage on SWX brought to you by Parker Toyota. No problem at Parker Toyota means an even better car buying experience. Parker Toyota, winner of the President's Award for 25 consecutive years of superb customer service. Northwest Christian trails by 6 going into this 4th and final quarter, working from right to left on your TV screen in the white jerseys, wearing forest green and gold and royal blue and yellow for Colfax. A royal pain, meanwhile, is that young man, 6'6" senior Reuben Clark in double figures with 10.
Couldn't have done any better defensively for Colfax. Clark just made a tough shot.
The Bulldogs leading by as many as 9. Here's Brandon G. Feller finding some room, not a whole lot, threading the needle, back outside for 3. A huge one for Brady Ellis, who came off the bench to hit 2 huge three-pointers in the second half of yesterday's semifinal win and following suit here this evening. 3-point attempt on the way from the corner is short from Austin Freely. A rebound by Clark. And a foul in the paint.
Wow.
That'll be on Baraducci.
They're going to get Baraducci. Baraducci's looking there saying, I'm just trying to block a man out. He came over my back and fell on top of me. You're going to see it here. What a great job by G. Feller as he's going down, having the presence to get it out to the shooter, and then the three.
Meanwhile, back to action on the floor. A turnover, steal by Tyler Stevenson.
Decision of the game right now, Sam. Coach Jenkins taking Gfeller and putting him on Hanson. Hanson's been very quiet with Brandon Gfeller guarding him.
Paraducci thought about taking that three. Pass down low will go, and a fist pump to boot from Tyler Stevenson. Big basket there for the senior guard.
Back up to that 9-point lead, and again it's Gfeller finding the open shooter.
Their largest lead at 21-12 at 9 points. They're back to that at 9 here at 42-33. Three-point attempt on the way. Rattles in and out, no good. From Quinn Hanson, a put-back dunk. Huge two-pointers, two hands, 2 points for Ruben Clark.
Well, the first thing he does with his speed and athletic ability is he goes after the ball, knocks a couple of players down in the process, including Gfeller, who's limping back to the huddle, and then goes in for the emphatic finish.
Reese Jenkins sensing the tide turning, perhaps taking a timeout and wants some time to tend to that young man, number 10, Brandon Gfeller, who's been dinged up today. But take a look up after that miss and look at Ruben Clark come out of nowhere here.
And those are the two Colfax players that you would least expect somebody to be able to do that to. But that's not just any high school basketball player.
Some exceptional young men playing on this floor tonight, many of them for the final time in their high school careers. Ruben Clark, one of them.
I don't know if he played high school football, Sam, but I certainly would like to talk to him after the end of this game and see if that's something he might be interested in. He's a heck of a basketball player as well, but
let me guess, what position would you like to see him play?
Well, I'm going to leave that one up to you.
Tight
what
end.
do you think? I mean, doesn't he have the build for it? 6'6", about 230, muscular build. I think he can jump a little bit based on what we just saw. He's a special athlete.
I mean, you talk about him and Quinn Hanson, and between them, you're looking at about 13 feet.
Well, and they're long.
Meanwhile, on the other end, Brandon Gfeller, 6'3" junior guard, and has been held scoreless since the first half. 10 first half points, has not scored since.
And that's one of the problems you have if you're Colfax. Quinn Hanson taking that outside shot. Gfeller's out on him. That's one of your top rebounders. You pull him away from the basket.
Maybe that ankle is stiffened up just a little bit for Gfeller. Johnson from the top of the key. Both crowds rocking right now for the Bulldogs and the Crusaders.
Well, Reese Jenkins did a nice job with that timeout after that last possession, telling his team guys, that was only 2 points. You just see him be able to pull out that offensive rebound and reset.
Yeah, interesting there. Gfeller, I mean, he's the one guy who always knows how much time is on the shot clock, was trying to direct a screen, and one of his players pointed up towards the shot clock, and I think Gfeller knew. He said, yeah, set the screen for me so I can get an open look.
Again, you see Johnson driving to the basket, and these guards, Shannon in that case, just not able to stay with him, picks up the foul, and that's now 5 team fouls, 2 more, and you're going to see Colfax in a bonus situation.
Inbound here with 5:18 to play, a 7-point Colfax lead. Again, they've led by as many as 9. Little floater, won't go. Kyle Johnson missed on that one, and here come the Crusaders on a crusade, trying to rally back here and defend their state title from a year ago. There's Clark tied up. Gfeller wants an alternating possession, jump ball, he won't get it.
Well, you haven't seen too many fouls called on Gfeller. He's pretty good with his hands, but they caught him there. And sometimes Ruben Clark is so strong. You can. It's kind of like Shaq. You know, you hang all over him, and you really can't tell very well. Shannon with the three.
Jack Shannon, 2 big three-pointers here in this third and now fourth quarter, and it's 42-38. Northwest Christian is closed within 4 with 4:42 to play.
Well, that's what you were looking for. You were looking for someone like Shannon to be able to hit something from the outside to loosen things up for the bigs in the interior.
Gfeller being matched up by Friedley. He'll take a shot. He'll miss it. Well short.
A little too much one-on-one action there. A lot of standing around by Colfax.
Maybe pushing the panic button a little bit are the Bulldogs. Friedley will put one up, and it's a 2-point game, 42-40.
Well, you knew they had a run in them, and here it is. Now Colfax just has to try to get things together, and it's going to start with a timeout from Coach Reese Jenkins.
Listen to this crowd rocking behind us for Northwest Christian.
Well, they finally have something to get excited about. Their team looking sluggish to start this fourth quarter. They came out starting with the defense and then taking advantage of their opportunities, specifically Shannon with the three. And now Friedley comes down. Nice ball fake. And the finish in front of Baraducci.
Good touch there from that young man. It looked like Clark was plowing some traffic down there as well. It looks like a snow plow out there. Step aside, young man.
Well, he'll clear out some bodies.
Reuben Clark, 12 points. He came into this tournament with just 3 points total. A 1.2 rebound performance against Lake Roosevelt. 2 points and 1 rebound last night against Adna. But the young man, sensing this is his final high school game, has stepped up big on the biggest stage of all with 12 points. 6 of those coming here in the second half.
Well, you got a lot of seniors playing their last game, high school game here tonight. Hanson, Clark on the other side, Baraducci. So some guys here who want to go out in the right way, clearly.
There's only been 1 lead change and 1 tie in this one. That came well early in that first quarter. Colfax trying to keep it that way. Inside of 4 minutes, good pass to Baraducci, who was fouled. Looked like Clark's going to pick that one up. Timeout on the floor. 42-40 the score. Colfax clinging to that 2-point lead. Today's basketball coverage here on SWX is being brought to you by your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota is moving forward. So are we, well into this fourth quarter of this first of 4 state championship games in the B tournaments. The 2B state championship on the line here between the Colfax and Northwest Christian boys, who have played now 4 times against each other this season. They have been on a collision course all season long, and you had to know these 2 teams would be fighting for a state championship on this Saturday here in Spokane. G. Feller off the inbound now, trying to extend that lead. It's down to 2 points for Colfax.
Key moment, Sam. Reuben Clark picks up his 4th foul in that last possession. He starts after this timeout on the bench, trying to save him for the last couple of minutes.
Kyle Johnson trying to create some space. Here's Baraducci, 15 on the shot clock. Back to G. Feller, being defended by Friedley. He'll hold the rock. 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Jenkins calling out a play.
He wants the ball back, 2 on the shot clock. He'll take it and make it! What a huge shot for that young man, G. Feller. His first basket of the second half coming here. 3:15 to play in the fourth quarter.
I don't know if that's what Reese Jenkins called, but if he did, a brilliant one by the head coach of the Colfax Bulldogs.
On the other end, lowering the shoulder and called for the charge is Quinn Hanson.
And Quinn Hanson just trying to do too much right now, Sam. All he has to do is just catch. You're going to see it here again. What a great looking shot. And the moment, when he does it, so critical. Ice in his veins. And
almost spreads the wealth to a fault. Yeah. And we said it yesterday in the semifinal game. But when he knows he has to take over the game, he does.
And he draws the foul on Hansen as well, doing it on both ends of the court.
Here's G-Feller now from center court. 2:40 to play. Colfax with a 5-point lead. Northwest Christian desperately needing a stop. Kyle Johnson steps up with another huge three-pointer to extend the lead back to 8. Timeout on the floor.
Well, that's all G-Feller. So much of a focus on that man. You can't forget about Kyle Johnson. He's hit some big shots in this tournament. Has such a nice, easy stroke, and no one around him. Reuben Clark going to get back in this game. Again, you're going to see it here. Great job going to the high post. Quick look by Baraducci, and Johnson was ready to shoot it, man.
Johnson, the sharp-shooting senior, his third three-pointer of the ball game. He had 3 three-pointers last night and 14 points against Tudor Lake. He has 11 tonight.
And all of that energy that Northwest Christian had after the dunk of Reuben Clark and the 3 from Shannon. You look up at the scoreboard, and it's an 8-point Colfax lead. What a great response from this Bulldog team.
Both the Crusaders and Bulldogs playing out of District 7 on a collision course from the start of the season. Northwest Christian defending its state championship today. And the Crusaders, it should be noted, were the first ever private school to win a B championship. It happened in 1989 when Ray Ricks was a player for that team. And now, a couple decades later, he is coaching this team, but this team is on the ropes right now, trailing by 8, 2.5 minutes to play in this state 2B title game.
Well, there are some coaches, Sam, who get into a moment like this, and the moment is a little bit too much for them. That's not going to be a problem for Ray Ricks. He's seen just about everything you can throw at him.
And a foul on the high post there. Driving was Dakota Windward. And that'll go against Brady Ellis.
And only the second foul on Kyle Johnson. No real foul trouble for Colfax.
Long inbound pass into Friedley. 2:20 to play.
Don't have to be in too much of a hurry if you're Northwest Christian. Still plenty of time.
Three-pointer on the way from the wing is short, no good from Jack Shannon. And we said it at halftime, Bill. We thought maybe the three-pointers were going to be the difference down the stretch. And Northwest Christian has made a run, but they need some more three-pointers to get back in this.
Yeah, I thought Shannon rushed that one a little bit as Quinn Hansen picks up a foul, and now Colfax in the bonus. I believe that's going to be Hansen's 4th as well now. So both big guys for Northwest Christian has 4 fouls.
We're in the bonus, and this will be Justin Baraducci shooting a 1-and-1. Baraducci with 13 points. He's been Mr. Consistent so far. First one is in. 14 points so far, averaging 13.9 points in the regular season, 11 points, 7 rebounds in the quarterfinals, 14 points, 8 rebounds in the semifinal.
And only at 6'2", has been doing all that work down the perimeter. Yeah, he's had a big 3 as well, but he's really been that guy down low who's been able to try to stay with the Twin Towers of Northwest Christian.
And oh, by the way, the game's high scorer so far, Justin Baraducci, just a workmanlike effort this afternoon and evening. Ball goes out of bounds. There's some question about whose ball it is. They'll say Colfax basketball.
Yeah, Baraducci made a great play. I don't know if we're going to get a chance to see it again, but as Baraducci was flying out of bounds, he just threw the ball at the feet of the Northwest Christian player who was actually out of bounds when he threw it off of him. So a great heads-up play by Baraducci.
Timeout taken by Ray Ricks and the Crusaders. And this is gut check time for both teams. What do you have here down the stretch inside of 2 minutes for Northwest Christian and Colfax? Well, if you're Reese Jenkins, you're saying stay within the moment and stay within the game plan. And meanwhile, for Ray Ricks, hey, it's do or die right now, guys. You trail by 10, largest deficit. Couple big shots, we're back in this, though.
Well, lengthen this game as much as you can if you're Ray Ricks, and I would think that you're going to start to see a lot of substitution now for Northwest Christian, trying to get guys in the game to take fouls, put Colfax at the free throw line. Minute and 45 left down 10. That's an awful lot to ask if you're going to just play full possession. And one timeout for Northwest Christian as well. So I think you're in a situation, Sam, you got to foul. You got to lengthen this game.
Northwest Christian.
You're doing the math right now, aren't you?
Well, I'm just looking at the team fouls in Northwest Christian with 8. That's where they want to be right now.
Well, that's where you want to be. You want to have them. I mean, they're going to be in the double bonus soon, but they're going to get there anyway. I just don't think you can allow Colfax to take the shot clock down right now.
Reuben Clark back into the ball game with his 4 personal fouls.
And you know who's going to have the ball in his hands.
This young man, Brandon G. Feller.
And a turnover.
Yeah, a charge called against G. Feller, who, by the way, also has some gauze in that right nostril.
You would expect in a game like this that there's going to be some bloody noses.
You know, we talk about, figuratively speaking, a tough-nosed effort and a tough-nosed player. Well, G. Feller literally taking that.
Got a little out of control there, though. You got to take your time with the ball if you're Colfax.
Long rebound is Friedley got a hand on it. Baraducci got the ball, and he's fouled.
Big moment here, Sam. Colfax actually calls timeout before the foul's called because they got Clark on a foul. They're going to give the timeout to Northwest Christian or to Colfax.
It's a big timeout.
Boy, it really is. That was going to be the 5th foul on Clark.
Yeah. Saved Clark there.
Really
fouled out. 50-40 the score, and Colfax has its largest lead.
Although right now you're starting to see substitutions come in for Northwest Christian to get Clark and Hansen out of the game so they don't pick up their 5th fouls. They're going to need them on offense.
Well, they also know they need to pick up fouls quick and hope for some misses on those 1-and-1s.
Hey, congratulations to the Davis Pirates. They win the 4A state championship. Central Valley Bears finished 2nd. Great effort for the CV Bears. Coming up just a little bit short, though, in the 4A boys.
Bears looking for their first state championship since 2006?
1967 or 1969. They were in
50 years on.
They were in the final in 2006.
They finished as a runner-up. You're right.
Runner-up.
Here's Baraducci on the inbound. Excuse me. That was to G. Feller ahead. A big lob pass, and they'll slow it down here. I think they're going to be content to take the foul here.
Yeah, smart play by Hart, not trying to make the extra pass at the basket. Just pull it out. They don't need to score any more points. They just need to hang on to the ball.
Northwest Christian committed here to not committing a turnover, but a foul, but try to commit a turnover. And that's exactly what they do. Here's Quinn Hansen. They need a shot quick, though. He'll need to try to draw a foul. He'll put one off the glass. No good. And a rebound here by G. Feller. And now's the time to pick up those fouls. And a timeout taken. Timeout taken by G. Feller after he got into that trap.
The coaches of Colfax screaming at G. Feller to get the ball into the middle of the court. You don't want to get trapped there in the corner. He had a couple of players ahead, but you know G. Feller, he just wants to hang on to the ball. He wants to be the guy to take the free throw shot if they do foul him. And I don't blame him. I mean, that's the guy who's carried you to the state championship. Hang on to that ball and finish it out.
Well, this Colfax Bulldog team has won 4 state championships in its history. Their last 2B title, get this, coming in 1947. Back-to-back state championships in 1946 and 47. They eventually made the jump to 1A, where they won back-to-back state titles in 1978 and 79. They were led by Brian Johnson, Dr. Brian Johnson, who was on that state title team, later played collegiately at Washington State. His son Kyle, number 12, trying to bring home another trophy for his family and the town of Colfax.
And a big game and a big tournament for Kyle Johnson. I mean, from the outside, he's been the guy who's hit the big shots when Colfax has needed them.
Colfax will have to inbound right in front of this Northwest Christian student crowd, which has been raucous this afternoon. And a foul as Johnson able to draw that, and he'll go to the line shooting the 1-and-1.
Partner, if the next 3 are anything like this one, people are going to have to stay tuned.
We have 4 state championship games today, all day long. This 3 o'clock game, a 5 o'clock game, a 7 o'clock game, and then the Colton girls going for the 4-peat at 9 p.m.
I'm glad you're letting me catch my breath. Let Stephanie come in and do this next one. I got to go get some refreshments.
Not only catch your breath, but take a breath.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's been that kind of day. Kyle Johnson making the front end of that 1-and-1, a clutch free throw there. See if he converts on the second. Short, he knew it right away and tried to run it down. Here's Shannon to bring it up. Pull up, long three, no good. Shot clock is off, 32 seconds to play, and Colfax is going to win a state championship.
And Ray Ricks is calling him off, no fouls. They're going to let Colfax celebrate. Yeah, put it in his hands. Let him hold it out. Congratulations to the Colfax Bulldogs.
Brandon G. Feller with the ball in his hands, stepped up and made the biggest shots of his lifetime. And get this, folks, he has one more year to go. The back-to-back bid is over for Northwest Christian, and there's a new state champion in 2B, Colfax. The Bulldogs win it 51-40 as they pull away here in the fourth quarter, their first state title since 1979, the 2012 WIAA State B champions.
Well, just a great effort by an entire team. We talked about the fact that it couldn't just be G. Feller and Barducci to carry the load here. Johnson was going to have to step up. He did. You got great effort from Jay Hart, some big shots from other players on the team. Brady Ellis hit a key three, Sam. So just an overall great team effort for Colfax. And when Northwest Christian got close, they stayed composed, extended the lead, and finished the thing off.
Time now to announce tonight's player of the game, sponsored by Red Lion Hotels. Proud to be a State B sponsor. It's that young man, bloody nose and all, Brandon G. Feller, 13 points, leading Colfax to the state championship. Congratulations, Brandon G. Feller, who has the best shooting touch you're going to see. I don't care if you're talking 4A or 1B. This kid can really light it up.
Well, and you think about that shot right there as the shot clock was winding down. With only a 2-point lead for Colfax, extending it to 5, that really changed the course of this game.
Meanwhile, Northwest Christian finishes as the state runner-up. Let's hand it off now to Kirk Danicus, public address announcer.
What a great job you've done this season. Number 2, Jeremy Sander. Number 5, David Eisenrich. Number 11, Austin Friedley. 12, Cody Kirkpatrick. 13, Jack Shannon. 21, Nick Kirkus. 23, Dakota Winner. 24, Matt Kirkjinar. 25, Quinn Hansen. 32, Tyler Stevens. 44, Reuben Clark. 50, Josh Belts. Congratulations, gentlemen. Now at center court, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the first place 2B championship trophy to Colfax High School. Scott Burgess from Les Schwab and Kristen Nelson representing the Dairy Farm Ambassadors. Recognize Colfax High School. Number 10, Brandon G. Feller. Number 12, Kyle Johnson. Number 14, Tyler Stevenson. Number 20, Rick Schultz. 22, Brady Ellis. 24, Jay Hart. 30, Bryce Kramlich. 32, Casey Johnson. 34, Justin Barducci. 40, Cole Clavinaugh. 42, Corey Maltone. And 44, Skylar Simonson.
All right, congratulations to the 2012 State 2B champion Colfax Bulldogs. Northwest Christian losing just twice this season. Both of those losses coming at the hands of the Bulldogs. Top dog in not only District 7, but in the entire state of Washington in the 2Bs. Congratulations to the Bulldogs. They bring home a third State 2B championship in their boys' history.
Now, so much balance from this team here today, Sam. Brandon Gfeller with his 13 points. Kyle Johnson with the huge 12, and Baraducci with 15. On the losing side, only one player in double figures after Quinn Hansen had such a big quarterfinal and semifinal games. Only 6 points out here tonight. Reuben Clark leading them with 12.
A senior-laden team, among them Kyle Johnson and Tyler Stevenson and Justin Baraducci, but you get the feeling that the repeat talk is going to begin tomorrow, Bill, when you have that young man, number 10, junior guard Brandon Gfeller, coming back for a senior season.
Yeah, he's a special player, and we talked about it last night. A few college coaches in the stands for his quarterfinal game. I'm sure there were a few paying attention to this one as well, because these are the types of games where big-time players really show up. And I would say that you can put a check in that box for Brandon Gfeller. He came up big when it mattered the most.
Any advice? I mean, you got to enjoy it like it's your last, just in case, right? Because there are so many people, whether you talk about Super Bowls or World Series or state championships, you just never know. The stars have to be in alignment. It's a very special season. Everything has to come together to win that state championship.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've never been in that position. I've only been in the position of those guys from Northwest Christians where you fall just short, and I know how that feels. That's not a lot of fun. But for these kids from Colfax, it's all about celebrating. Enjoy this moment. I have a feeling, though, Brandon Gfeller is going to be in the gym somewhere tomorrow shooting a basketball.
All right, and a very happy man is Reese Jenkin. He is standing by with our own Mike Perry.
Yeah, well, a very happy coach here. First of all, congratulations, Coach. What's this win mean to your program?
Gosh, this is huge. You know, we have a lot of seniors on this team, a lot of kids that have, when I took over here 4 years ago, that have worked their tails off. And not just the last 4 years, but, since these kids are in 2nd and 3rd grade, they've dreamed of this, and it's so great that they've been able to earn it.
The only 2 losses that came this year to Northwest Christian is from you guys. So what is it about your team that you had their number?
I think we love to compete. I think our kids really raise their game the better the competition that they play, and Northwest Christian just brings out the best in us. We practice every day, with the goal in mind of being here, and so I'm just so proud of our kids.
How sad is it going to be to see a lot of these guys go?
You know what? I'll be honest, when I woke up this morning and took a shower and started thinking about some of these kids graduating, I started to tear up a little bit, and it'll be emotional when we get back in the locker room. But as I said, I'm extremely proud of these kids. I love these kids. They've worked so hard this year, and it's just a great reward, great feeling right now.
All right, well, congratulations again, Coach. I'll let you go celebrate with your team.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys, I'm going to try to grab some other players over here real quick. Hold on once. Justin, come here. Well, Justin, congratulations. What's this win mean to you?
It means the world. Since we were little kids, growing up playing AAU, we always thought senior year we were going to win state, and now that it's here, it was a team effort, and it's just, I don't even know, it's phenomenal. I've always wanted to win state, and we finally did it as a team.
You guys beat the Northwest Christian in the districts. How much confidence did that bring into this game for you guys?
That helped a lot. Once we beat them, we knew that we could compete. But the first 2 times we played them, we didn't have our whole team. And finally, once we got healthy, it was a team effort. We beat them, and we knew that we could get them again in the bigger show, in the district championships.
You've been playing with a lot of these guys, a lot of seniors on this team. You played with them for quite a while. How sad is it that you're going to be leaving them?
It's sad, but at the same time, you want to go out with a bang. We're a little, like I said, playing AAU, and we always talked about, hey, let's win state one year, and it's finally here with the guys that we've been playing with forever.
All right, well, congratulations. Go celebrate with your team. No. All right, let's try to find a couple other guys here if we can. Hold on. Come here. Brandon, I got Brandon Gfeller here. Brandon, what's this win mean to you and this team?
It means everything. We've been working all year for this. It's what we wanted, and to play a team like Northwest Christian, great team, and beat them, that means a lot to us and our team.
Yeah, there are only 2 losses this year came from you guys. What is it about you guys that you had their number?
I don't know. This is in our league, and we wanted them. They beat us. They've been beating us every year, and we wanted this one. They were the one that mattered.
Does it mean more that they're defending state champs and you play them? You played them 3 times. Does it mean more that you're able to beat them in this championship game?
Definitely. This is the one that counts. This is the one that matters.
All right, perfect. All right, well, congratulations. Go enjoy with your team. All right, guys, I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Mike Perry, mission accomplished. The only person on the floor today to be able to tell Brandon G. Feller what to do.
He moved just as fast as most of those players. He was all over the place. Great job, Mike.
All right, so the Colfax Bulldogs celebrate a 5th state championship, and Brandon G. Feller leading the way with those 13 points. And Mike Perry, his work is never done. He's standing by with another Bulldog.
Yeah, I got Tyler Stevenson here. Tyler, congratulations.
Thank you.
What's this win mean to you guys?
It means a lot. We've prepared a long time for this, and to finally have it, just means a lot to all of us, all the seniors especially.
Yeah, you've been playing with these guys for a long time. I mean, how much more exciting is it to win with them?
It's really exciting because we've played since we were in 3rd, 2nd grade. Not only as a team in Colfax, but on the streets. Just hoops out on the streets, and we're all brothers, so it means a lot.
You're kind of sad to see that that's going to end here.
It is, but we went out on a good note. We couldn't have pictured it any better way.
Yeah, I mean, the only 2 losses Northwest Christian had today this year was from you guys. I mean, how cool is that?
That's very cool. We take pride in that. We're very proud of that.
Does it mean more beating the defending state champs that you played them 3 times already this year? Does it mean more to win this championship game against a team like that?
Oh yeah, Northwest Christian has always been our rival since I was here as a freshman, and our goal has always been to beat them because we know they're always going to be the best. This year, I guess we just got them.
All right, well, congratulations. You bet. Back to you guys.
Yeah, we heard Reese Jenkins say that he had a tear in his eye, before the state championship. There's going to be a tear in his eye when he looks at this final stat sheet. This is a coach's dream in a state championship game because sometimes, it brings out some case of the jitters. What a tightly disciplined team this was, Bill Ames, in this title game. 4 turnovers committed as a team for the ball game for the Bulldogs.
That's incredible. I mean, to only turn the ball over 4 times in a championship game is amazing.
All right, Mike is standing by once again, not only with a young man, but also it looks like some serious hardware.
I do got the trophy. What does it feel like to be holding this trophy?
It feels amazing, simply amazing. 81 years. Hasn't been in Colfax since 81 years. Just proud to have it back.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a lot of the work that you guys have put in this year to get to this point.
Yeah, it's been a hard journey. Northwest Christian's an amazing team, tough, our best opponent we have. But we're just very proud and excited to bring this back to Colfax.
You guys got a lot of seniors on this team, and this team has played with each other together for a long time. How sad is it going to kind of see that it's come to an end here?
Yeah, but hey, we have next year still. They're gone, but we still have everybody else.
Yeah. All right, so you plan on coming back and defending this next year, huh?
I do, very much so.
All right, we'll go show that around. Thanks a lot. All right, see you guys. Back to you.
Oh, the repeat talk is starting already. Not even 5 minutes after you win a state championship, already talk of a repeat. Skylar Simonson back for a senior year. Bryce Cramlich back for a senior year. Brady Ellis, he had a big 3-pointer. He will be back as a senior. And, of course, number 10, Brandon G. Feller, the 6'3 junior, back for a senior year to try and defend that 2B title.
Yeah, Baraducci mentioned something when Mike was talking to him that really jumped out at me, Sam. That is the fact that these kids have been playing together for a long time. And when it comes to state championship basketball or championship basketball of any kind, it's the team play that usually wins out. We got a lot of great individual players in the state, but the teams are the ones that do well. Look around to see who's winning state championships, who's competing for state championships. It's the complete teams, and you saw 2 of them out here today, both Northwest Christian and Colfax. Colfax really exemplified team basketball. Congratulations to Colfax.
They are your 2012 WIAA 2B state champions, the Colfax Bulldogs. They win it 51-49 to dethrone the royalty of 2B's Northwest Christian. Stay tuned. We have more post-game coverage coming up live from Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena.